we are.
Now, brought to you by Firestone Walker.
805.
That jingle is letting me know.
Is that a local one?
Yeah, well, local to California.
Yeah.
Where are we local to, Jeff? Salt Lake,
It's between
Utah?
us and Disneyland.
It's Utah.
So it's a pretty good point.
Oh wow, it's working.
Yeah, they just released a
Hello,
logger,
Internet.
which is amazing.
We're good? We're live?
I think so. I just
Nope.
got an ad from Twitch.
What do
I'm
you
not
have,
sad.
Nathan?
Nice. I grabbed Rodelberg Pilsner. It's definitely an import, not local. Seattle.
Rodeburger.
It sounds German. Or
Yeah.
It does.
okay.
Yeah.
We can only see your face when you do.
Yeah, you should hold it up to. Yeah, perfect.
Nope,
So-
the other
Are
way.
you sure? I'm watching the Twitch thing, trying to.
Don't do it by that. There's a delay.
Have you as a sidebar thing, so.
I
Side
see.
beer.
John Goodman because
Sorry,
we're...
God damn it. I changed the title.
I'm playing Mega Man.
City of Mist. Minced Mist episode 1-3.
Minced mist. Did you say M-I-N-C-E-D? Minced.
I said Imminous. I corrected it. It's
What?
fixed. I said minced. You're right.
Okay. Good.
Is the title of this episode.
It's brought to you by the
Does
letter
it say
M.
the title?
Hey,
Does it show that now?
It does.
Good.
City of Mist, episode 1-3, sound and to
Fury.
the Faerie.
Oh. Ha.
Thank you.
Ah,
That's what I live for, is that noise.
Ha.
The fortunate... Okay, so while Jeff and I were working out earlier, I explained to him that I was hopeful that you guys thought that I was at least half as clever as I did this episode. So
It's true.
it's
did
okay
say
if
that.
you don't.
While we were working out. I'm glad that the compromise on our screen is that you can't see me or Maddie. Also,
Actually,
Susan's
I can see it on Alex's.
Oh, I can.
Oh,
I can
nice.
see both of you on the
Okay.
Skype screen.
Oh, you can't
Right,
see
I
me.
think it's the tiny
You're there.
version that we can't see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Skype's view is just
The
restricted.
Skype's view is, yeah.
Susan's there.
She's here. We didn't wish her away.
In spirit.
Oh yeah, if you zoom out on Skype, you can see both of you. If you zoom in, you just see their elbows.
You can zoom in Skype.
Strong elbows.
wait, what's the name of this episode?
Do what?
Minced mist.
This is the City of Mist, but the sound in the fairy, like the sound in the fury, except I put fairy in instead with A-E.
The Fast and the Furious?
It's
Fast
much
and
like the
Furious.
Fast and the Furious. Sound in the fury?
The
What
Young
is
and the
it? Hold on.
Restless?
It's not The Young and the Restless. I haven't. It's got to be a book title, I think. It's the naming convention I've used so far.
Puns.
It just like I changed a book title. Yeah. Wuthering Heights. Curious
So-
Incident of the Whale in the Nighttime.
Oh, I didn't catch the book theme until just now.
It's 3 is a pattern. 1 is accident.
It's a
Twice
dot.
is a coincidence. 3 times is a pattern.
That's why the third time's the kicker.
Mm-hmm.
Or charm.
So yeah,
Or turkey.
we didn't do a good job of covering the recap of last episode while we were offline before we started streaming.
Oh,
So,
that's true.
Yeah, we'll go ahead. We'll cover what you guys remember. I'll help fill in blanks. We will be picking up from the police station.
Okay, before that, we went to a nightclub.
Yes, where you guys
Went
came
to go
across
see
a
Simone? What's her name?
Carmen,
Wait,
Carmen?
before that,
Carmen?
we had the fruit delivery.
or pardon me,
Oh, we did?
Celestine.
Mm,
Yeah,
Nathan
Tom,
met
that's
up.
true.
Tom
Tom.
came to Otto.
I still like Tom. I don't know what you guys think.
We got a nice gift basket.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Yep.
Awkward chat.
I like that. That was good for me.
Yeah.
He warned you about the Momono family?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
The Mamono.
Yep.
Momono?
Come on, Mama, no.
I have
Everybody,
Yakuza.
let's go.
Yes,
Yep.
Thank you.
that is accurate.
Okay.
And then you guys were horsing around with the people at the nightclub, the Mulberry Bush,
Mhm. Yep.
You came across Celestine, which is the stage name for Carmen Alba, who was singing songs about flying.
Which made people fly.
Which made people
including,
try to fly.
but not limited to, Patrick and Otto.
And Otto did fly, which made him a bad influence on everybody else.
Yeah.
I just want to remind everybody that the place we went for tea with Carmen is called Boba Fett.
Still funny.
It's good.
The Star Wars themed
That's like my
Boba tea
favorite thing. Boba tea
cafe.
party. Yeah.
Yep.
Let's see, and then after, so you apprehended Kevin Crowley, who called his lawyer, Mr. Suzuki, who promptly then showed up and was there with you during the interrogation. And then during the interrogation, Avery made an attempt to do something, try to convince him to leave, right?
Trying to
Rolled
get
a
any
12
information
and
out.
did nothing.
Okay, and it did not exactly do anything.
No.
He's
Although
bad
she
news.
feels like it should have.
Well.
That's
it was
fair.
a really high roll.
He's a wizard.
And probably under normal circumstances it would have done a thing.
Yeah.
But these circumstances were not normal,
Absolutely.
apparently.
Yeah, if we're talking,
We found out that Kevin just someone else who he called the executive to play. So we know this is bigger than just him.
Certainly.
and then there's also the business of Patrick broke into the police house earlier and stole the files that there were, the physical files that were in Davis's office,
And a bunch of keys.
and accidentally forgot to he intentionally stole the keys but accidentally left them in his pocket rather than return them to the janitor, and then wound up pitching those into the storm drain, right?
That's right.
Except for the one that Avery has.
Which one was that?
The
Was it
one
just-
that opened the office.
So the key to the captain's cabinet.
Okay, let me make a note of that in my
in the Google
active
Doc.
tags.
That's on the bottom left of your screen, Twitch
And I did
audience.
lose my wallet /ID, so that's a bummer.
Oh, wow.
Why'd you lose your wallet? Oh yeah, because you had to.
Because you told me I did. I probably shouldn't have said anything and you would have just forgotten.
One possession, anti-wallet.
And that is Avery that has the captain's keys.
Yeah.
All right,
I also have a good.
you do have a gun. That one is listed in my story tag. That's at the
Good.
top of the list. I got rid of all of the damage tags that you guys had dealt out to the mooks that you've come across so
Avery's
far.
gotta go.
But yeah, so we would be resuming then from you've got Mr. Suzuki. He's sitting there in the interrogation room. He had said something to the effect of, if you guys have any further questions, feel free to ask, and then otherwise we'll leave or stay pending charges. And at that point, Corinne had called Captain Davies,
Right.
who said, "Hey, don't let them go. Don't do
Right,
anything.
no.
Don't just avoid them." So yeah, there's that.
It's true.
To give you a quick summary, because I guess I didn't really go into what Suzuki looked like. He's maybe like 6 feet tall, very clearly Japanese. He's got a smart suit on, reasonably handsome. He looks maybe like 35, 40 years old, but it's a little bit difficult to tell whether that's a result of good maintenance or just him doing him.
How long has he been 35, Alex?
Probably 35 years. Notably,
He's been 35
I guess,
for 35 years.
Do what?
He's been 35 for 35
Oh,
years.
no, you're right. You got me there, Jeff.
You got him, Suze.
Notably, he's wearing what appear to be like,
Tattoos.
no tattoos. If he's got any tattoos, you can't see them. Do what?
Does he have a
I'll just keep
pinky
getting
finger?
No, he's got. He does appear to have both of his pinky fingers.
Does he have prosthetic pinkies?
He's got gloves on. He's got white, look like almost driver's gloves.
Which, as we all know from Game of Thrones, means that he's missing the first joint of all his fingers.
I haven't seen that part of Game of Thrones, but that sounds like a terrible way to live. So.
Wait, have you seen any Game of Thrones?
Davos shows up whenever what's his face shows
So
up.
when you say first joint,
Baratheon.
does he mean
Anyway.
this one?
Yep. So he's
Yeah,
got
Davos.
he's got smaller hands, essentially.
When
Oh,
did Davos
so-
come in?
Anyway.
Yeah.
Davos comes in book 3.
Episode 3?
Book 3?
Book
2?
3.
Book 3.
Yeah. Book 3, season 2, I think.
Yeah.
It might be past my expertise.
Prime. Okay.
Okay.
That said,
Anyway.
so you guys, I guess Corinne just got the call. Davey said he's on his way. He said not to let them go, not to bother them anymore, just to let them go. And then he hung up and said he's driving over.
I was really hoping that they'd get the message. And, like, Patrick's got him, like, roughed up.
Got who roughed up?
I don't know either.
Patrick's not very physically intimidating. I don't think that's his style.
That's why I was just hoping it would happen.
So yeah, would you have anything to relay then to your comrades, Corinne, or
Punch.
just gonna
Patrick,
sit on
put him
that?
down.
Yeah, I mean, if my captain, is that his title?
Yep.
I never remember.
Yep. Superior officer.
Yeah, my superior officer. Thank you. If Davies says
Your
that
SO.
we let him go, then we let him go, and I may or may not be happy about it. Spoilers, I'm not. But I'm gonna do it because that's what I'm supposed to do. And also because, again, like, I have this vague feeling that Davies is, like, saving us from the whole police station being blown up or whatever Suzuki is gonna do. So, that.
Okay.
So I guess I'm gonna go back to wherever my friends are standing because I walked away from them to take a phone call and be like, okay,
Very
so Davies was very clear. He's on his way, and we are supposed to release, what's his name,
Kevin Crowley.
and have him be on his way. So I'm going to go tell them that they're free to go, and hopefully they leave quickly.
All right.
Okay, so if you go back into the room, Suzuki will smile to greet you. So are we then free to go, officer?
You are. Thank you for your cooperation.
Okay. Well, if you have any further questions, and then he reaches into his pocket and he grabs a business card.
Oh God,
with his
don't lick
name
it.
And his building on it, and then he looks at Crowley, and Crowley like panics for a second, then reaches into his pockets and grabs a business card and hands it to him, who then hands both of them to you. So if you have any further questions, feel free to contact me or my associate. And with that, I will be on our way.
Okay, thank you.
So then they leave.
Taciturn.
Oh.
Are you guys taking the news of him being gone okay? The rest of you? Not necessarily Corinne?
What was that all
Avery,
about?
Patrick? There you go.
Corinne, what was that about?
I don't know. Davies said let him go. He said he's on his way. He was very clear. So now I guess we wait to find out from him what that was.
Do I still have flight +2?
No, you do not have flight anymore. The effects have worn off.
Okay.
You no longer think that you can fly.
You're very grounded.
Sorry.
Earthy.
What's Suzuki's? Wait, is Suzuki his last name?
Suzuki is his last name. His surname.
Is there anything on the business card?
Oh, yeah. His name is Yontaro Suzuki.
Is there anything unusual about the business card? Should I, like, investigate?
If you want to take a look at it, feel free.
Alright.
There's nothing there. It's not a mystically enchanted card. It's a business card. It is very nice though.
Ooh.
Yeah. He didn't just go to like Kinko's and have it run off. He's probably got like a supplier.
What about Kevin's business card?
Kevin's business card was definitely done
At
on
Kinko's?
not at a Kinko's.
Oh, wow.
But like he
Vistaprint?
printed the same thing on a page and then cut them all out. You can tell that it's not evenly cut.
That's awesome. He doesn't have a paper cutter. Just do it with scissors.
Well, someone went at it with scissors, yeah.
Nice. Good.
But it does have all of the necessary contact information. So hypothetically,
Okay.
if you needed to go contact him, you'd have the means.
I know where to find Kevin unless he goes into hiding.
In which case, he probably won't answer his phone.
Would
Also
you tell
fair.
me Suzuki's first name one more time?
Yontaro, Yontaro.
It's Yontaro
Oh,
Nathan's face.
Does anybody want to follow them?
You certainly could. You're very invisible.
Seems like a bad idea.
Okay.
Well, she's invisible.
I don't know.
If they get in my car
wish I
drive
did.
away, though, that's kind of like the
There's
limit
one
of
of the
my
things
following
is,
them,
making
so
puzzle.
it might turn out to be very anticlimactic. But I could try.
Okay, so are you
.5
turning
lead. What kind
invisible
of
and following
monster
after
are
them?
You?
Don't even write.
Yeah,
Tiny
I'd
Deal
like to
breaker,
do that.
Jeff.
Okay.
0.5 lead.
We'll go ahead and pursue that
This one's
for
0.5.
that thread for a second.
I love you too.
Do you want to go ahead and make your sneaking roll?
I use 0.9 lead.
Yep. And then I'll use
True.
my
Yeah.
light bending invisibility power tag, so +1.
Nice.
Sounds like a bad idea.
It's gonna be
6
great.
+ 1, 7.
7. Okay, so that means that I get to pick 1 from the table, and it does in fact work.
Dang it.
Someone unimportant notices you. You're perceived by secondary sense. You must leave something behind to be discovered. Okay. So you go ahead and you follow them outside invisibly. I'm pulling up my OBS so I can see your faces again. You follow them outside. Suzuki turns to Crowley and he says to him, sincerely, if you have any other issues, please don't hesitate to call us. And Crowley's like, he looks surprised that he's being treated as nicely as he is. He says, well, thank you. Is that it? That's all we got to do? And Suzuki says, yep, that's pretty much it. That's just how we do business. And
Regularly.
takes off his glove and of his right hand, and then reaches out and extends his hand to Crowley, who then shakes it.
Patrick, does he have all those fingers?
He has all 5 of his fingers. They are all clearly visible, and he definitely has his pinky.
Dang it.
Why would
Who's
you
missing a pinky?
What?
Who's missing a pinky?
Sometimes Yakuza, if they have screwed up, or if their subordinates have screwed up, they get their pinkies chopped off as atonement.
Oh.
So he puts his
Yay.
he puts his glove back on, and then goes in and takes a seat in his nice Honda, some handsome 2014 Honda, which is the year that it is currently.
Sure.
Yes.
The year of our Lord 2014.
And then he goes to drive away. Crowley, on the other hand, goes to his beat-up, shitty Volvo and turns the key and then starts to drive off.
Is it beige? I bet it's beige.
It's not. It was silver in my head. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Nobody picks
Then
beige.
I'll go
They're
back
given
inside
beige.
and tell everybody. He's got all his fingers on his right hand.
Good to know.
Then he must
Didn't see his left hand.
If he's Yakuza, he hasn't screwed up yet.
About the same time, you hear the screeching of tires as Davies parks his car, shuts off his lights. He wasn't
What kind of
running
car
the
does
sirens,
Davies
but
drive?
he had his lights on.
It's like
He's
cop car.
parked in like 2, almost 3 spaces, and then throws the door shut behind him, and then races towards you guys. And he says, "Wait, where are they? Where did they go?" Suzuki and Crowley, where did they go?
They left.
They went outside and they parted amicably, and they drove off.
When you say
Separate
amicably, what did they? How do you mean?
Well, Suzuki took the trouble to take off his driving glove and to shake Crowley's hand before they left, and Crowley seemed kind of surprised that he was getting off the hook easily.
Did
They said don't hesitate to call.
Did he touch anyone
Yeah.
else?
No.
Oh damn.
Did you shake hands with him?
Nope. I
Correct.
took his business card from him, but he was wearing his glove.
Oh god, throw his business card. Guess
So
he close up. Who's Gambit?
do what?
Just asking if she used 2 hands.
I didn't.
Yep, something.
He looks visibly relieved, and he says, "You're positive? No, he didn't touch anyone except for Crowley.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he definitely has all his fingers on his right hand.
Of course, he's got all of his fingers. Why wouldn't he have all of his fingers?
It's not a Yakuza thing?
Oh, okay. I don't know.
So, what's up with this guy?
If you guys wouldn't mind following me to my office.
Gladly.
Excuse me. So
Totally different building.
do what?
So it's in a totally different building.
Click.
I thought it was in the same.
Oh, we're at the police
This
station.
man
Yeah.
broke a knife.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sure,
Okay.
then. That's
The one you
fine.
broke
Oh,
into.
right. Yeah, we're at the.
Out of
So
character.
he's got his own keys. So at least as of yet, you have not been discovered.
Nice. Nailed it.
He opens his door. He goes to the back where the cabinet is. Turns the key, unlocks it, and then flips through. It's all organized alphabetically to Suzuki, and then pulls out a file, and it's visibly thick, maybe like an inch or so. And he sets the file down in front of whoever wants to take it.
I'll take it.
All right. Thank you. So as you open it up, you see just some name.
Okay.
Dead of cardiac arrest. It's
Okay.
like an autopsy clipping, an autopsy report.
Okay.
If you flip that,
Is it from Alice?
It's no, that one's older.
Okay.
It's arranged chronologically,
Okay.
and this one goes about as far back as 1998, 1999.
99.
Yeah,
So
Okay.
only
15
5
years
years?
ago.
15 years?
Yeah.
15 years. Not 35 or more years.
Not 35 or more years.
Don't get depressed.
So it's
Before he was born.
it's got just died of cardiac arrest.
Okay.
You flip through to the next page. It's just another some name.
Okay.
The names don't resemble anyone. The names aren't anyone's whose you would recognize, except
Okay.
in English.
Sure.
Imagine I said that in English.
We don't recognize any of the names of the
Yeah,
the
you're not
files
recognizing the names, but you see cardiac arrest,
Okay.
Driving accident,
Here. Okay.
mugging, yeah, fatal mugging, a bunch of things that seem accidental.
Okay.
And he says, obviously, there's no way that we can prove it, but as long as we're talking about people who are capable of things,
Sure.
people who touch Suzuki have a tendency to die.
What?
got
It's like the
death
opposite
touch.
of that girl from Deadpool.
Yes, kind of.
Okay.
Domino
You
is
do-
lucky.
Oh,
Yeah, Domino. There you go.
he's a high level monk. Don't they have death touch at high levels?
Do they? Yeah, I think they do.
Yeah.
Um, so he's,
Anyway.
he
He's
says,
a island.
like I said, obviously we can't confirm it. And the other thing, as long as we're talking about differently abled people, like empowered individuals,
Enhanced.
we
Metas.
haven't met anyone who's been able to tap into their abilities while he's around. I don't know what you guys tried while you were there.
He's the
Oh, the Haitian, yes.
He's Siler.
Which is really kind of distressing. There's been at least one opportunity where we'll say one of us has had the chance to do something about him, but hasn't been able to get it up, for lack of a better phrase.
He's salty
Wait, was
because
I not
we woke him up.
When I followed him out to the car.
Oh
not,
god.
not near enough. You
Not
were
close
you were
enough.
invisible, but you weren't close enough that you would have been affected.
okay.
Yeah,
Just checking.
Suddenly not invisible.
that would have been tragic, wouldn't it?
It's a good way to notice someone.
Patrick would have just like died on the spot.
You're at least reasonably certain that you were invisible at the time. You would have.
Okay.
You didn't catch your reflection in any mirrors on the way over.
Patrick's
Sounds
also a
good.
vampire.
He could just be a vampire. You're right. That would defeat that. But he's like, Davies says, honestly, if you see him, don't go near him. Don't engage with him. We occasionally have to see him, but he tends to have the, I don't know if politeness is the right term, but either through politeness or through wanting to keep a low profile, he wears those gloves. So we would just rather that you not talk to him or go near him at all until we figure out some way to get a hold of him.
That's fair.
Well, I'm very happy to not go near Suzuki, but I feel like something needs to be done about this situation at the Mulberry Club, because if Celeste keeps singing, more people could die.
You said that he shook Crowley's hand?
Yeah.
I feel like something will be done about the Mulberry Club, or has been done. And I'll be glad to let you guys know as soon as that happens.
So I take it Crowley didn't
I would imagine.
know what he was dealing with?
Is that to me or to Davies?
It didn't
Davies.
seem that way.
Uh,
Oh, okay.
if he
Patrick,
shook his
too.
hand, I'd imagine not.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yes?
Was Crowley a person of interest in the same way that Suzuki is?
Is he an enhanced individual?
Not for this case, but for the police force.
Oh.
The mulberry bush over there was the place where a handful of powered individuals would hang out. But on the whole, I think it's Yakuza Run, which is another thing that we've got pending an investigation.
Sounds about right.
So if he's got any abilities, we don't know about them.
Yeah, they did talk about
Okay.
the set list being picked by his higher-ups.
Okay. Well, that would make sense then.
So it seems like the Yakuza wanted to influence that club negatively then. If they were picking CC's songs and they were purposefully making people feel as though they could fly. I mean, unless there was some unintended...
Making people feel like they could fly?
Yeah. Unless there was
catching
some
things up.
unintended thing there. What?
We're catching Davies up. That's
We're
why he's
catching-
asking questions
Oh!
that Allyson knows.
Yeah. So we did a little bit of work over there and found that when people heard Celeste's voice, she had kind of an influence over them, and it was specifically a lot of bird-related or flight-related songs. We don't know if that's specific to the bird-related, flight-related thing, or if those were just... But we do know that her songs were picked for her.
Okay. I guess that makes sense then with our diving victim.
Mm-hmm.
Why you do that. If you want my opinion, it sounds to me like maybe they were testing,
Mm-hmm.
but beyond that, this isn't something that we've heard of in our investigations, at least as of yet.
Okay. Yeah, it does seem weird to...
Say again?
It does seem weird if it's not just testing that power out.
Yeah.
That you'd be like you said, scaring people away
Yeah.
from the club.
Right.
Yes.
That seems to
Then you
not
run.
have-
Well,
Counterproductive.
who was
Right.
affected by it?
Anybody within earshot
Okay.
that didn't make their saving throw.
Was it everybody within earshot?
No.
No, it wasn't. You
Okay.
asked me about that.
Because I'm
I
wondering if
thought
it's only people that have powers.
Oh, is it?
You remember you sent that in the group text?
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
Because Patrick was
That's not
affected
now.
by it, and
Patrick
Otto,
was affected
and
by it.
Yeah, I was affected by
I mean I feel like when we were in that situation, the whole club didn't light up. Like everybody wasn't jumping on tables and jumping off of stuff. I don't know that it was everyone.
That means our Vic must have had powers.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
Would that pop up in Alice's report?
I mean, I guess we could ask her to look it over.
Okay.
Yeah,
Or
I mean,
don't we have a name?
it is
Would
either
Davies
just
have a file on him?
Hours that would let the
We do have a
Yakuza,
name.
If
Was
they
it
are choosing
Bernard?
the playlist.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we do have a name on
See
our
if Davies
Bernard
has a
Atwood.
file on him.
Yes.
That's true.
Even though they have the Haitian guy. The Japanesation.
Yes.
Right.
Japanese death touchation. That is such a combo.
He's a 2/4 vampire with death touch. So I guess if Davies has files on all people who are differently abled,
A lot of them, but it's a work in progress.
so do you know Bernard Atwood?
Bernard Atwood. And he looks through and he's flipping through his files, and that's at the front because it's A for Atwood.
Sure. Or B for Bernard.
He doesn't see anything.
Okay.
Either he's kept a low profile, or he hasn't been a person of interest, or
Or
he
he
must have
didn't
just been
know yet.
developing his abilities.
Okay.
So if there was any information, I'll ask Alice. We'll see if there's anything she can dig up, but that might take a little bit.
Sure.
Sure. My confusion is all about what could anyone possibly gain from Celestine singing and having people who just happen to be at that club hear her and maybe be inspired to jump off a building.
Because it could be either thinning the herd or just identification.
Yeah, I mean, if it is a test, I mean, we don't really know much about Celestine. What if she gets famous, has a top 40 hit, and then the number of people hearing it becomes a lot larger?
I guess we'd have to do tests to see if she works the same indirectly as she does directly.
That would be
Mhm.
a good one.
Should
to
probably
run
make sure
through.
that video doesn't circulate from the club that we
Do we have
Current
any
Instagram.
reason to Celestine?
Sorry?
Do we have any reason to trust Celestine that she was telling us the truth about not knowing about her powers and all that?
Only in as much as she and Cece are friends.
She's been my friend for a while. I mean,
Now, whether or not she has her own nightlife beyond that,
right.
is
Yeah,
up to
her
interpretation,
regular
I guess,
not life.
but-
Mm.
Well, and I mean, as far as whether or not she knows that she has those powers, yeah, we're just taking her word and hoping that she is trustworthy because she's Cece's friend. But I do have, like, the aura proof that her powers are latent when she's not singing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That is true.
Okay.
So you guys, are you good? Is there anything else that I can help out as? Davies asks. No.
I'm wondering if the Yakuza like gained any knowledge from this, if it was a test, and if they're gonna try something else. If it is, if we had someone who was like a friend who didn't have powers that we could send to the nightclub to see what she was singing about. I don't know. We seem to think that the Mulberry situation was going to be handled though, since Kevin.
I would not imagine
is
he's
not
long for
gonna
this world.
Make it. So.
I don't
I mean,
think they're
they
gonna
might
try the
just
same thing.
put someone else. Put someone else in there. I don't know.
Then yeah, if you guys are good, I'm gonna go back to my wife and sleep and try and pretend that this is fine until I wake up again.
Okay.
Seems reasonable.
That sounds like
That's
a
a
good
good
plan.
plan.
Whoa, that was a
What a
nutso
spooky noise, Nathan.
Oh,
You're
sorry,
fine.
it's the tape.
Allegedly.
So he closes his file cabinet up. He steps out of his office, lock it behind him, assuming that you guys didn't try and stay in there, and then he make tracks for home.
Okay, but
Uh-huh.
did I see my wallet anywhere?
That's a fair question.
In there?
Yeah, in his office.
Let's say you did. Are you gonna try and grab it?
Yeah.
Are you gonna just do it like you dropped it, or are you gonna just sneak and grab it?
Yeah, I'm gonna sidle over to where it kind of is and then pretend, like, just reach down to grab it.
Okay.
And if anybody asks me, I'm gonna pretend it fell out of my pocket.
Which it did. in a sense.
It's true.
Just a while ago.
Yeah, no, that's fine. He just sees
Time's
you
a funny
and
thing.
assumes that you dropped your wallet out of your pocket like it fell out.
Cool. Got
It occurs to me that Alex, left documents in my car.
Okay,
So I have to get those because they'll be relevant to the case that I'm going to do the thing for in a second.
that's fair.
So if you guys could give me just
Bam.
a couple of minutes, I will be back.
I'm gonna go to the restroom.
Beer break.
You could grab
We'll be back.
for me, Jeff?
Oh my gosh, how weird is it to only hear things once?
I'm strange. I don't understand it anymore.
To only hear things once? Are you guys getting echo over there?
I can hear our voices through the stream. Like, I hear me talking in my headphones, but I also hear all of you here.
Well, you're only on Skype, right? You're not on the stream on there.
Right? I don't know. I don't know why. Do you not hear it? through
No,
you?
I don't hear
Oh
anything.
my gosh. That's amazing.
I don't know why you're hearing it on there.
Maybe we should plug the splitter into Alice's thing.
That's entirely, yeah. Yeah, because unless he's got a tab open and, like, he's watching the stream, the only reason I could think you're hearing echo is because of Skype.
Right. I don't know. I didn't set any of it up, so I don't really know what's going on with it. But, I mean, you can hear, like, Allison and Nathan and everybody, right?
Oh, yeah, I can hear Allyson and Nathan, but I don't hear my own voice.
Do you hear me?
No.
You don't hear me in your headphones?
Nope. I don't hear Alex. I don't hear you. I don't hear Jeff.
That's weird. Yes!
It should be.
There's a...
Do you need anything, Miss Maddie?
Maybe. I might need a beer.
What?
I might need a beer.
I've heard you say I might need a twice.
Beer.
Beer. She might need a beer.
We've got Winter, Dangle, Lime Pilsners, and Elysian Superbuds.
Both of those sound amazing. I'm gonna come in there because I'm gonna put my little box away.
You can't have my hibiscus lime goes. It's the last one.
You have it in your hand.
You said you're going to come in and look?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Ethan.
Close the fridge.
Do you know
Okay,
why
Susan's
there's
beer.
no napkins
Oh my god,
in
my
the
legs. That was more moving than I realized when I did it.
Right?
Jeebus.
You can
But
We
it
helped
was
Jesse
sweet of her
move.
to be like, yeah, you help me
Josh
move stuff in,
moved
I'll
things.
take care of it.
Aw.
Thanks.
I'm eating ramen.
It's supposed to be before you eat, right? Not
Oh, wait,
like
I can't hear y'all.
after. So
That's weird.
it's very
Can't
confusing
hear
why
you.
there's no napkins.
You guys
So
can hear us.
But we can't hear you.
What'd you say?
I mean, I know that you end up with a lot of like the souvenir Kleenex, like the people who are like handing out
Souvenir
ads on the
Kleenex.
street.
Oh yeah.
Kleenex, which is
And
kind
there's
of
like
a
soup and
napkin.
air Kleenex.
No,
So
we got one of those. We
that
mostly
would
just
be my best guess.
okay.
What you got, Jeff?
Oh, this is my sponsor from Old Bakery Beer, which is local to us, not to y'all.
Cool.
This is a pour over coffee IPA from Old Bakery.
Interesting. Are there many coffee IPAs? I feel like there's a lot of coffee
This is
stouts.
delicious.
It's true.
Nice.
Lots of coffee
I've
stouts
got
or milk
a
stouts.
Boulevard Hibiscus Ghost, which is local to Kansas City and therefore Missouri,
It's
but
true.
not necessarily like St. Louis.
Oh, I'm gonna get my Starburst. Hold on a
So it's not necessarily what I would call local, but you could
Could be
argue
further.
that it's local. I could drive there in only 4 hours.
It's very coffee.
One of my coworkers who grew up in California saw my little Missouri S&T. It's a metal casting of the state
Again.
of Missouri.
Nice. That's right. I
And
know those.
he saw it, and he's like, "Oh, hey, is that Ohio?" I'm like,
Is
that
that
a
a
what?
what?
Wow.
Ohio. He thought it was the state of Ohio.
Oh,
What?
I can't
Did-
hear half the conversation.
Ohio
Like,
looks
wait,
like
what?
a book.
Here's Starburst.
Thanks, you.
That's
Let's
some
go.
bullshit. Did you give him that face? Because that was a good face.
I did give
That's
him
an
that
appropriate
face.
face.
You
Good.
don't know your states, do ya?
That's terrible.
And he's like,
This is
well,
delicious.
it's one of those flyover ones, because he's from California.
Did you just
Like,
slap him? Because I think I would have slapped him.
Everything's a
really
flyover state to Californians.
Living in California
so
is no
true.
excuse for not knowing basic geography. There, I said it.
Also, Star-Lord's from Missouri, so...
That's true.
That's right.
Pretty much the only important state.
Lots of cool people were from Missouri.
I left
John
my
Goodman,
headphones
Brad Pitt,
here.
Vincent Price,
Kate Spade.
Kate Spade.
Ironically, his name is Patrick.
Ooh.
Vincent Price?
Is that Patrick is based on?
No.
Oh.
Whose name is
You
Patrick?
don't have a coworker who
The
likes
guy
to
who didn't know
surround
that Missouri was
their
Missouri.
relatives
His name's
Oh.
Patrick.
and back doors.
Is he invisible?
No. No.
Not that you saw.
That's fair.
No seen Patrick.
Yeah.
He's not Irish.
Oh.
You heard that noise, right?
The scary robot
Good,
noise.
good. Okay, so I'll go ahead and I'll give you guys a chance to say what you're doing for the day.
Sleeping.
Because it was Thursday. You guys were out drinking for Thirsty Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
I've decided. And if you weren't, you are now.
Nice.
So feel free. We'll go in a round. I'll start with you on the end, Patrick. And
Okay.
It's really
Yeah,
weird
go
on my
for it.
screen. She's not anywhere near an end.
Is this the part where we pick whether we're going to explore our powers or look for clues or stuff like that, or are we just
the
narrative.
downtime.
Okay. Yeah, so Patrick wants to practice his mythos because he sees how much it can come in handy, but he doesn't know what the limits are.
Okay. I'm desperately trying to flip to the downtime page. If
Oh,
you
good.
know what that is off the top of your head, feel free to let me know, and if not, I'll find it.
I think it's
I'm
a
good with it.
37.
37.
I have
That's
no idea. I
the-
just pulled the number out
That's
of
the
my butt.
channel for Food Network at the gym.
That's true. You must have gotten those confused.
Since I go to the gym and have cable.
I think I saw that lady that was at the pool that you invited. She's tall. She's got a
Laura?
name. Laura. That's the one.
Goes to the. Oh, she did say she goes to the Y.
To the yoga thing.
Oh, nice.
I
Did you
didn't
say
see it.
hi or like wave at her?
I was like, and then I was past her, and I was like, I
Oh.
don't want to spin around.
Sure, that's fair.
So now it's just socially awkward and left.
Well, I mean, to be fair, you've only met her like twice, so it's not like that would
And
be
I
a
couldn't
super
remember her name
weird thing.
until now.
I'll get there in a second.
Said 37.
Laura is cool.
It's not 37.
It's not 37, unless you're trying to go to the Food Network channel at the
You
gym.
both have... No, Jeff doesn't. I was wondering if it was picking up from your microphone and maybe putting it into Skype or something.
It's not picking up from my microphone.
They're having an echo.
Oh. I'm sorry.
Alex
I don't know
doesn't
how
care.
you got it. I can't hear it.
Oh.
I don't know where it would be coming
We should
from.
plug
Right,
the
yeah,
hub into
that's why I'm
Alex's
like-
thing.
Not that I don't care.
But then I would be like,
You could probably reach it if you're on the couch.
I'm just full of stuff. There's no room for
No,
Susan.
it's
There's
okay.
room for Susan's.
Take this stuff.
There's always room for Susan.
Montage 267. Found
Hey,
it.
nice.
I was close.
That's a lot.
There
like
was a
Yay.
7,
68.
There was a 7.
Yeah.
and
See, look,
6
the
is
stuff is
divisible
not-
by 3.
Okay, so you said you're going to explore your mythos, right?
2 times 3 is 6.
Yeah.
Okay, so you would use this opportunity to tell everyone at the table which mystery you're exploring. You've only got the one.
Yep.
And how you do it. And then you're going to get a clue with a method and make sure that you mark attention on that mystery's theme.
So, yeah, okay. Let's see. So I know I can turn invisible, but Patrick's not really sure how he does that.
Okay.
So he's really gonna play around with the whole concept of light bending and like illusions and stuff like that. So
Okay.
he knows he can make people see stuff, so he thinks it's something visual. So he's gonna be in his apartment, like in front of a mirror, practicing this. You know, maybe he makes it look like there's a cat next to him on the floor when he looks in the mirror,
Okay.
or he's trying to make himself invisible so he can't see his reflection. He probably puts on different outfits and different accessories to see what turns invisible and what doesn't. That sort of thing.
Okay. What specifically, I'm going to find it in a second too, is the question that's on your mystery?
The question is how. Oh wait. Oh, can light defeat darkness?
Okay. What darkness are you attempting to defeat?
In a like metaphorical sense, I think it's like loneliness in a way.
So is he's doing this to try and find a use for himself?
He's doing it because that's how he fits in with the group.
Okay.
Right? Everybody in the group has powers, and he doesn't really have a group of people that either he likes or can really just go hang out with.
Mm-hmm.
And so, based on his first attempt last night to go out socially, which he's not really ever done before, you know, this is like his next attempt to try and fit in with the group. He's sort of bonding with Avery a little bit, but she's obviously very attuned to her powers.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of mostly just reacts to his powers right now. So he wants to attempt to fit in by exploring his powers more.
Okay. Is there any clue that you're trying to gain from this? I feel like it's okay if the answer's no.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
At this point.
But you're practicing. That's what you're focusing on.
Yeah.
Okay. And you did mark the attention on it, right?
I'm going to now.
Good. That one's important. When you level up, when you fill out your attention bar there, you get to expand on that myth, which could mean hypothetically getting a new way to apply your power or an enhanced version of the power or whatever. Then I'll go to Avery. What are you up to?
Does this downtime include Friday night?
This downtime does not include Friday night. This downtime will run from
Thursday PM to Thursday AM.
Yeah,
Friday
Thursday AM till we'll say Friday at like 3. No, Friday. Yeah, we'll say Friday at 3
AM.
PM.
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 Okay, so between Friday morning and Friday at 3 p.m.
Mhm.
then?
Yep, that's you.
That
I'm sorry, I need Friday.
No, that's entirely fine. With that, Avery was going to go to a bar, but instead she's going to go to a like a Starbucks,
Mm-hmm.
and so sort of taking inspiration from Celestine and the fact that Celestine could actually like control mass people in some way, in some way, and the fact that she knows that Mr. Suzuki was able to negate her powers, but she wants to try to like become more powerful than that. She's just going to try to keep training her mythos and getting basically any guy that she sees that she realizes she probably won't see again. She just tries to get them to do the dumbest things possible.
Okay. Define the dumbest things possible. What is one of the things, for example, that she says and tries to have happen?
I mean, the immediate first thing is buy me every drink on the menu.
Okay.
And then after that works, then she probably goes to like hand me the keys to your car and run 3 miles away. Things like that. Like nothing that would hurt the person, but things are increasingly more ridiculous.
Okay.
That's a lot of things to buy. You heard their credit.
Yeah. If it were me, I would I would report it. I would say that my car was stolen.
If you make somebody run 3 miles when they're out of shape, that can cause a cardiac arrest.
It's true. You wouldn't do that to a fat person, would you?
Okay, and I wouldn't. I think Avery probably would.
Okay.
Like I think that she probably thinks like, yeah, I'm doing them some good.
Okay.
Doesn't realize that she can cause somebody a heart attack.
I would imagine that they're not going to have cardiac arrest, and if it comes to it, they would probably slow down before they died.
Good.
Yeah. And that's fine. Is there a particular question that you're trying to get at?
The theme of my mythos is what is the craziest thing I can convince them to do.
Okay.
So
We're finding out. running 3 miles is pretty out there. And make sure that you mark your attention.
Yep.
Okay, cool. We'll pretend that Susie is in frame just to Jeff's side. There she is. See. So go ahead, Corinne. How are you spending your downtime?
Okay, I think similarly to Patrick, Corinne is not really not really satisfied with like party tricks and healing cuts and bruises. So she wants to kind of practice seeing if she can heal bigger injuries and heal.
Oh, Jesus.
How big of an injury?
Well,
Cancer.
Oh, that's way better than what I was thinking. Just like go to a sick ward and try and help people as opposed to like hurting yourself.
right, like I kind of imagine that Corinne maybe like not very frequently because she probably doesn't have time, but maybe just a few times a year she will go and like spend time at like a retirement community or like volunteer at a rehab clinic or something like that, just to kind of like flex her powers a little bit.
Okay.
And so I think Friday is going to be one of those days.
Okay.
And she's going to kind of try and seek out people who are like a little more injured than she usually goes for. So she's going to...
How injured? Slipped disc, fell and hurt their arm. Bruised eye on an old person.
Yeah, not like ICU level,
Okay.
but like the people who have been recently admitted to rehab rather than the people
Okay.
who have been there like and might be getting out next week, but they might need to be here for several more days, and so she's trying to help them get out a little bit sooner.
Okay.
Now she's going for like the fresh admittance, the fresh admittees. I don't know. The people who just
That's
got
fine.
there.
Is
just
there
like-
Those who have been admitted.
is there a question that you're driving at that you're trying to get an answer to?
Well, the question that I have connected with my mythos is what toll will protecting others take?
Okay.
And I guess toward that end, Corinne is trying to make herself stronger and make her powers stronger
Okay.
so that it doesn't take as much of a toll on her to heal the same things.
Okay. That's good. That's good. Make sure that you mark your attention on your theme so that it eventually levels up and you can do that thing.
Thought about spending time with my cats again, but I did that last time.
That's true. Then Jeff, how is Owen doing his downtime?
Can you remind me again what
Yes.
the options are?
You've got giving attention to one of your logos themes, which is to work on one of those aspects that makes you you.
Okay.
You can work on the case, which would be whatever case you're trying to work.
Okay.
You will get 3 clues with the method and the source. You can explore your mythos, which is to try and explore the mystery, your driving question on your mystery theme.
Okay.
You can prepare for the next activity, whatever it is, or you can recover from your last activity, which isn't really applicable because I think everyone's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you said this is Friday daytime.
This is the day.
I think I will actually go to work
What?
and like
And
do
do
my
your job?
right as a means of like making money and
Is
no,
that's your is your job one of your logos themes?
That was librarian.
You're giving attention to one of your logos
Right.
themes.
I
So-
could either do that one or as a like. No, never mind. That's the context associated with the other one. Anyway, yes, I will give attention to my logos theme.
Okay. You marked your attention. What are you doing for the day? Does anything noteworthy happen? How are the customers? Do a great many of them show up?
So this morning, the owner,
Mhm.
Mr. Wynn, Christian
Wynn.
Wynn, he popped in. He pops in on random days, but he pops in always at 9.
Okay.
So he popped in, which is a good time to actually be at work whenever your boss is there.
That's true.
And we chatted. I sort of told him what was going on at the helping out at the police station and such.
How's he taking that?
Pretty well.
Good.
He's pretty understanding. He's
Okay.
mostly supportive of his daughter, so like her helping me as my sponsor, he wants to be supportive of that. So
Okay. Nice.
then I'm at my work, so
That one's important.
yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise they get mad.
Right.
That is a thing in City of Mist. is that you can hypothetically lose a Logos theme by not giving enough attention to it. Your Logos themes will crack if you keep skipping work over and over and over again, and you're undoing some of the damage by giving attention to it right now. If you keep skipping work, eventually they'll cut you loose, and then that aspect of your life would get replaced with a mystery. So your powers would grow at the cost of your job.
Right.
Yeah, which would be kind of a bummer.
Yeah, it's a good job.
I don't have a job.
Your job is a do-gooder.
Yeah,
You're helping out people online.
Imagine if you lost your net persona. Like that'd be, you'd still be you to a degree. So yeah, you marked your attention. Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. Cece?
Speaking of net personas,
Mm-hmm.
Cece has a YouTube channel, and she has quite a following, and she has not made a video in a little bit for obvious reasons.
Oh no.
So I'm going to spend my morning time making a video. I am going to go into work a little bit later because I am a whale biologist and they do need me there. But my whole morning thing and routine is going to be spent on a video. Cece is a YouTuber, but she also, a lot of makeup tips, a lot of, that kind of thing. But she also goes into the IRL category a little bit, where she is doing a little bit of vlogging. She is doing a little bit of sharing about what's going on in her real life. And she just kind of shares very vaguely that she's got, some things that are going on. And she kind of reaches out, to people to comment in the comments about anything that's been troubling them lately, about, how they've overcome something difficult. Once again, she's being very, very vague here. And she's also ending on a positive note. So she's going to be ending her video on, I'm going to be making more videos soon.
Okay.
Just kind of experiencing a change. A big change in
Channel
my life.
update.
And she's intentionally vague about that. Because who knows? She could be moving. She could be, anything like that. But yeah, that's about what she does with her YouTube video. And then she goes into work for the day.
Good. That's
Nice.
important as well.
And that would, I guess, go under mission, which...
That's the one with your YouTube
That's
channel.
the one with,
Yep.
the power tag. That's her
not mine.
YouTube channel
Yep.
under it. So
That one you're going to want to mark attention for.
I will mark attention on that.
Cool.
And she's still all about the rights for animals and junk in her YouTube channel too. So
And junk.
Those are good.
reaching out about stuff like that. She probably, I don't know, lets people know that whale that washed up on the beach is
It's
okay.
doing just fine.
It's
out in the
doing
ocean.
just fine.
Right, I still want to know about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is weird,
Fuck
isn't
him
it?
in that whale.
We
Otto.
pushed him into the ocean, didn't we?
But like,
Yeah,
how
you
did they
guys freed him.
get there?
Okay,
How
yeah.
did that
It was a
whale
truck.
get there?
There was a truck.
There was
yeah.
a corset
Who
and a
drove
truck
the
and some
truck?
books. The do-gooders,
Yeah, it was me. Remember?
probably.
Wait, or was it Funky Me? There's another.
It
one.
wasn't you that you remember.
That's right.
Right.
I'm sure the only me is me.
But the whales told me it was me.
Otto, what are you up to in your downtime? Are you muted?
That's true. I should probably figure that out
can't
at some
hear you.
point.
I miss you.
Yes, you are muted.
Still muted.
Hey, there you are.
Hey, Nathan.
The downtime is going into Friday afternoon, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Cool. So I think I'm also going to head into work.
Nice. We're so
You know,
responsible.
after the thing at the Mulberry Club, I feel like things were out of my control. Like, I was a pretty bad influence for Patrick. That was not like the correct response to be like, "Oh no, you're flying wrong. Here, let me help you." You know, at work when I'm supposed to be flying in a flying machine,
That's
things
what they
seem a
call
bit more
this.
normal, a bit more under control. This is a way to, talk with my coworkers, sort of reground myself, assure myself that I do know what I'm doing. Build that confidence up and beyond.
Okay. So you're also focusing your time on your logos theme about your job.
Yes.
Okay, cool. And you're marking attention for it?
Yes, attention.
Good.
Oh boy.
How does a day as a helicopter pilot translate to feeling like you're a more positive influence on people? Like, what specific actions are you
Skywriting.
taking to do that?
Yeah, I mean, it's
Skyride in a helicopter.
Not well.
it's just good being at work.
Okay.
If there is an emergency, we can go, we can help.
Mm-hmm.
We have people who are, trained swimmers, trained rescuers, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it helps in that way where we can see like the immediate impact of the good that we do.
Okay. So you're out there doing good and seeing that you're a positive influence, and that's what you're taking to feel like you're
Yes.
a better influence on people, like who might think that they could fly, for example.
Sorry.
Nothing.
Correct.
Let me try.
Correct. Rebuilding a bit of normalness
Okay.
to the day, just in case things get weirder again.
And they probably will. And since everyone's done their downtime, I will go ahead and launch into today's monologue.
Brought to you
Ooh.
by Allyson.
Elysian
Super Fuzz. Fuzzing your super whenever it can.
Even though it was just after 5, the sun was still up. Jackie Oberst, executive assistant level 2, was ready to get up and get out. It was Friday. She had places to be around town, and none of them involved being at the municipal courthouse any longer than she needed to be. She went to tell her boss, Judge Pierce Irving, that she was leaving. She knocked on his door, not quite able to see through the frosted glass and the boldly etched lettering. Pierce, I'm going for the day. Have a good weekend.
No.
But there came no reply. She didn't think that she had done anything to deserve the silent treatment from him. On the contrary, it had been a rather good week. Pierce, did you fall asleep again? She tried the door only for the deadbolt to catch and prevent her from opening it further than a few inches. But through those few inches, she thought she saw Irving standing on his desk. It took a moment to realize that his feet were dangling above his desk, his body suspended by the neck. She shrieked and phoned the police.
Hanged.
Too many murders.
Too many
So
murders.
many murders.
Okay.
Okay, sorry.
Jackie
Can I get names
Oberst.
again?
Mm-hmm.
Oberst. Cool. Let's do it again in a round. Pierce Irving was the judge.
IRVING.
Cool.
Yeah.
And municipal court.
It's the
Fine, girl.
shit. Making me grab my notes.
I'm sorry. No, I didn't. I was just asking for repetition. Not.
The Los Louisiattle Municipal Courthouse.
And Jackie is what, his secretary?
Executive assistant.
Executive assistant, sorry.
It's an EA.
It's 2014. She might still be called the secretary.
Nah, she's an executive assistant.
Maybe Pierce is a good judge and boss. That's his,
Probably was at best, right?
ideally. That's a
So-
zombie Pierce. Nothing.
So
Don't
it's
say that out loud, Jeff. Don't put that out there. Bring that into this world.
no zombies yet.
As a hanged zombie, if that was unclear.
So about this time is when you would get your text from the office saying that
He's doing
it has
so
been
well being
assessed
at work.
that this is probably not squarely a normal thing for people. That's you, Corinne.
That's me.
That's you. That's your. Or would you still be around?
What time is it?
It was 5 o'clock,
Uh-huh.
more or less on the dot. That she
Right,
made the
because
call.
she was excited to get out and start her weekend.
Right. So the police probably would have responded within the half hour. I guess it wouldn't be a far drive for the police. Probably within like 15, 20 minutes.
Okay.
And then
Courthouse.
maybe like an additional 10 minutes after that. So 5:30 is when you'd get your
When I would get my text from Davies,
from Davies.
does it like matter what it said?
It says that there's a call, refer to dispatch. You'll be going to the municipal courthouse.
Okay.
I like to
FYI, Vicky is on and says that there's a whole bunch of lag.
Oh no.
Just so you know.
Between the
Was the audio fine?
West Campus in here.
She didn't say. She just said, "OMG, so much lag."
When she says so much lag, is oh, I see me jump.
Yeah, I'm out of sync on this stream. Totally.
You're fine on the stream?
Or you guys are all out of sync.
Okay.
Hmm?
When you say that we're out of sync,
No,
are-
Twitch stream is out of sync with the audio.
Ooh.
I don't have the Twitch stream audio on,
That
but
makes
it is
sense.
my assumption that the audio is going in real time, but our faces are kind of lagged.
that shouldn't happen either.
Yeah,
That
it
should
really
be
shouldn't.
flat impossible. Give me just a second. Can I borrow
In my
your phone,
personal
Susie?
experience with the Twitch stream, and I can turn up the volume on my stream if you want to watch it for a sec.
Yeah, do you mind?
But in my experience watching Twitch, usually the audio and the video are together, but it's like 3 minutes behind real life.
That should be right.
Which, yeah,
Well, yeah, but how would she like know that that's lagging or care?
it might be jumping around. I don't know. Vicky, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to open this can of worms. Now we need more info from you.
Tech support.
Yeah,
Feel free to text.
text or if you're in the chat.
So, I mean,
This
if
break
it's
brought to you by
standard on
Starburst.
the internet
Woo,
delay,
Starburst!
That's good.
There's two
That would
right there.
explain.
But is there this one?
I'm taking these because I know you don't like them,
Hate
and
cherry.
because they're my favorite.
Forget cherry.
It's a win-win.
Is
The
cherry.
feed looks fine on your end. Like the audio's matching up. She texted you again and said that it's jumping and skipping.
Must be your video, or must be your internet, Vicky.
It might be. I'll go ahead and I'll adjust the output on
Bitrate?
my end. Yeah, I'm going to lower the bitrate on my end. Tell Vicky that she might try, or she'll hear me in like 3 minutes. That change the quality settings to a little bit lower than high definition if we're on like 1080p or 720p right now. Probably lower us. And that should make us a little bit more stable. So if you've got an option for 480, go for that. And if you don't have any options, I think that's because I don't have enough subscribers, and this advice wouldn't help.
So it is jumping
You
on
always-
an ARPANET, which
Is
we
it?
know is pretty good. You
Okay.
know,
We
not to
didn't.
brag on my internet, but you know.
Like I said, I'll go ahead and lower the bit rate, so we'll drop in quality. But that shouldn't really affect anything since we don't have anything crazy going on. So it'll be lower now. Hopefully that works.
Fewer pixels.
Larger
In a worst case scenario, if it
Both are
doesn't
true.
work, I'm pretty sure it's all being recorded pretty well. So I'll just upload it to
Like
YouTube.
to go on the YouTubes.
And Joe,
That's fine.
did the SoundCloud die?
SoundCloud has not died. It just
You can
I
only-
can only upload so much apparently.
Oh jeez.
Susan, stop.
Like
I'm
300
done.
views.
ASMR
Something
City
like
of
that.
Mist.
We hit that within 2 episodes.
Oh, that's funny. Well, that's bad.
Yeah. Otherwise, they want to charge like I think like $10 a month or something like that.
No, it's crazy.
We can think
That's
about
real
that,
dumb.
but
Yeah. We'll figure it out.
yeah,
If nothing else, we'll have it on YouTube.
we'll figure something out.
Yeah. Okay.
Definitely.
So yeah, you got your text, Corinne.
Okay, so I'm gonna send a text out to everybody that just says, "Assemble!" And
Okay.
This is Friday evening, right?
This is Friday evening,
Okay.
5:30.
So we're out of work,
5:30.
I'm still
which
at
is
work.
good.
or sorry, I'm gonna amend it. It's gonna say, "Assemble!" ... question mark.
Text back at work. Important? Question mark.
Text back to this.
New phone.
Okay, to Owen, I'll say, I don't know, I'll keep you posted. To Avery, I'm just gonna send one of those, like, squinty tongue sticky out faces.
Colon P or like is
Like, XP.
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Mine says, "On my way, want a Starbucks?"
I'm gonna bring you to the store.
Too fucking nice, CC.
I know.
Gonna gonna text CC, "You're my favorite, don't tell the others."
In a group text.
Patrick will know.
And then I guess I will be on my way to the courthouse.
Okay.
House, I can be there.
Cool.
Okay. So
Yeah, Patrick needs more
Done
info.
flying.
Yeah, I guess I'm not.
are you gonna be messaging that, or
Yeah, he's
okay?
gonna say.
Does Patrick text
well,
in the
that
third
was
person?
clear.
Nice. Patrick knows what's up. Doing important things.
Gonna text
Practicing
Patrick,
invisibility.
"You know what I know," and that same XP face, because I think it'll make Patrick crazy.
Have you mentioned the courthouse?
No.
Yeah, I probably
Just said
asked her
assemble.
like where to go.
We could think that she's just wanting to get together for drinks.
So
It's Friday.
It's true. It is Friday.
is anybody gonna be like, where? Anything like that? No. Patrick just needs more info.
Sorry.
Okay.
I probably asked where when I said I was on my way.
Coming to start with
That
Starbucks.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Go to Starbucks.
Where am I going?
Okay.
At Starbucks?
So I will just say, what do I say? What do I know?
You know it's at the municipal courthouse. You know that Davies sent the information and
Yeah.
has assessed that it is probably not on the up and up.
Okay. I'll say Davies called me to the courthouse. Because that's really all I know. Or that's all Corinne knows.
Is that in the group or is that to Patrick?
No, it's to the group.
Hmm.
Davies called me to the courthouse. We'll keep you posted.
Sounds fair.
Okay. It would take you. How far away is the retirement? Were you still at the retirement home?
At 5:30, probably not.
They're asleep.
That's dinner
That's
time.
true.
It's like after dinner.
That's well
Okay.
after dinner.
Then you're probably just like 10, 15 minutes away.
Sure.
When you get there. Oh, yeah. Okay, I remember her name. There is a news van. Channel 8 News is there. Would you recognize the lady from the evening news or no?
Does she go to the bar?
No.
Does she go to the police station?
Does she hang? Yeah,
She
does
does
she hang out at my
occasionally go to the
karaoke
police
bar?
station.
I probably
Not by name necessarily, but you've seen her face.
right. Like I'd be like, that's the news lady. What's her name? Yeah.
So she comes up and she says, excuse me, officer, this is Sarah Summers from Channel 8 News.
Oh, good.
Sarah Summers.
That's it.
That's it.
With an H or not?
Do what?
Sarah Summers with an H.
With an H. Okay.
Ooh,
That
with
Sarah
an
has an H, not that Summers has an H.
Summers. Channel
Is
8?
it true? Has the judge
watches
Pierce
Channel 8.
Irving, has he died?
I am just arriving here. I have very little information. You probably want to catch someone coming out of the courthouse to ask questions.
Ooh, sick burn.
And she feels the burn
Sass
and
for Sarah
she
Summers.
motions to her cameraman and says, "Cut it." As
Cut the feed.
you can't do that to me on television. Like props, but please. I'm trying to help you.
It just, I don't know anything yet. I'm sorry.
Okay, well that's fine. So she rallies the troops and she goes back to her van, obviously irritated. The courthouse. This is the Los Louisiattle courthouse.
Right.
It's kind of a thing. Just that it's big, and
Sure.
that's where they judge all, well, not all, but a lot of the criminal cases. That's the word, cases. So it sees a lot of traffic. Excuse me, here. The entrance, the front entrance is guarded, I guess is the word, by a couple of police officers who are making sure that no one comes in or out that isn't supposed to. And they motion you in, they recognize you, they know that Davies sent you. They're a little bit confused because they're normal people rather than empowered individuals. They don't understand what organized crime has to do with it, but they figure it's a judge, there's a chance that organized crime could be involved. Sure. And so they motion you on in.
Do I show up at this point with 2
You
Starbuckses?
show up at this point with 2 Starbucks.
Okay, just wanted to make sure I could get past that guarded line with CC, because I'm not so sure they would have just...
They would.
But I
they
have
would
Starbucks.
slow you down. But seeing that you're with CC, they would let you through.
Sweet, cool.
Sad that they don't have their own Starbucks.
Right.
Suddenly,
Cece
thirsty.
shows up with like a dozen Starbucks and just starts handing them to people.
I just thought maybe.
Honestly, that would be very hard.
So, you and CC have gone. Are there other people that are still forthcoming?
Owen might be, or Otto.
Oh no.
Otto's
Otto might
supposed to
be.
be coming. Patrick.
Patrick's go.
Oh, I'm not coming.
Okay. And
Not-
Avery, are you? No.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Okay.
Avery was at the coffee shop and then just started walking over because I'm assuming the coffee shop was close because the courthouse that she usually goes to is near.
Okay.
It's like corporate stuff.
Okay. So then you probably show up at about the same time as CC with the drink.
Because
And
we're both coming from
are you
Starbucks.
coming?
No.
Oh yeah, because you can't
I'm
drive.
at work.
Yep, that makes sense. How long do you? When's your shift over?
9 technically.
9 o'clock.
Technically.
Damn, dude.
I haven't had a good enough reason to close up shop early. Has been a slow day though.
That's true. Okay,
And Christian knows that because he popped in.
you did. See, you can be feasibly off the hook on this one.
Feasibly.
So, would you say anything, Avery or Otto, whenever you got there?
Say anything to
what, the news crew?
No, not to the news crew. To the police. Are you just
They're
gonna
gun shy
find
now.
Corinne and then make a beeline to her and then walk in with her?
Yeah.
Suddenly
I mean,
sad and
that's
thirsty that
my
they don't have
plan.
Starbucks.
Okay.
Right,
Yeah.
well, and if Corinne knows that all these people are coming, she'll probably
She's gonna wait
like
for 'em?
yeah,
Okay.
hang out on the front
So
steps for a
you'd
couple
wait
of
an extra
minutes
10,
and-
15 minutes.
Does
and-
Avery walk in with like everything from Starbucks?
Yeah, what did you do with all those drinks?
Honestly, I think she drank or tried 3 of them, then thought to herself, "Man, there's a lot of crappy coffee," and then just left it.
Okay,
Oh,
that's fair.
turns out I don't like double caramel frappalapa thingies.
A few
hate the
minutes later, and
frappalapras.
there's a little bit
Why are
of
you
difficulty
talking?
parking,
Isn't that
but that's just
terrible?
because it's
It's awful.
downtown, not because of the murders.
Because
Patrick would show up,
Like, I have an app for that.
and I think
that, like, is specifically
Corinne
to
said that she was
confuse you
waiting
while
for
you're
everybody.
that sounds terrible. Why do you have
Yeah,
that?
she can
For
wait
fun.
if she wants, but
talking.
Patrick's
It's fun
not
to
gonna
watch
walk
people
in
trip
with
over their
them.
words.
Yeah? What's Patrick doing?
That draws
I'll
too
show
much
you.
attention
It's like-
to himself.
It's a fun party game.
So,
Okay.
like, the way I envision it is he gets off the subway, he, I don't know, walks up and sees the news station and kind of, puts a hood up on his hoodie
Okay.
and, just goes straight in. He doesn't, try to be with people because they're by the news people.
Okay.
Really wanted Mr. Robot.
He's not Mr. Robot.
Okay, so you're making a beeline in with your hood up, right?
Yeah, because I have, super red hair, so...
That's true. You stick out like a
Sore
red
thing.
thumb.
Carrot, sore
guy.
carrot.
Like a person with super red hair.
Okay.
Like
so
a sore carrot.
those of you that were able to not work at a bookstore make it in without
Nailed
much
it.
incident. No one hassles you because again, Corinne is there to
Corinne.
handle any questions as to who you belong to, who you're with.
Oh no.
So you all
Bear
get
you beer.
in. You go. His office is on the first floor, so you go to the back of the courthouse. That's true. On the east side,
Where's my pencil?
east side in the back, there is the big door to the office that says Office of Municipal Court Judge Pierce Irving. If you step inside, there's an office what do you call there's a front desk. Then
Welcome
if you
center.
walk to the back, there's the door that says specifically this is the office of Judge
Gift shop.
Pierce
Lobby.
Irving. Lobby. Thank you.
Dang it. Wanted it to be gift shop.
Word got away from me. You say gift shop?
Yeah.
It's not the gift shop.
Very few courthouses have gift shops.
I've been to that many courthouses.
Good.
When you get there, you can see that the door is now open. They use bolt cutters to cut the
Bolt.
deadbolt. And inside is, of course, Alice, who's sitting there with a pencil and a pad, staring at the body, taking notes, looking like she wants to get him down, but doesn't know how. Because, evidence. She's muttering to herself.
I should have brought her Starbucks.
Hey, Alice.
Oh, hey, Kren.
How's it going?
Yeah, for a second there, I thought you were going to ask how it's hanging. But,
Oh, bad.
it's alright.
I already,
bad.
I already
Gallows
got
humor.
one in on the news lady out front. I think I'm done for the hour.
That's fair. What's her face still out there?
Yeah, I think so.
Some-
She looked like she was getting ready to leave as I went inside.
Oh, yeah? Oh, man. You couldn't have told her anything.
Right?
She should know better.
Right?
She's desperate, in my opinion, but it's neither here nor there.
Sarah Chalmers.
Trying to
What
prove
we've got
herself.
is the judge. Here's the judge. Yep. She indicates above her. I realize that the rest of my players can't actually see me whenever I'm doing hand jive. So there's that. She indicates to him. She says, "If you couldn't tell, it looks like he died by hanging." So there's
He's
that.
not even down yet.
Do what?
He's not even down yet. Cece throws up.
Alice puts her
In a
head
trash
in
can.
hands.
In a trash can. Was it
Or a potted
Pierce's
plant.
trash
Or a
can?
potted plant, whatever's closer.
But it'd
Was
be
it from the gift shop?
Like, he's not even down yet? That's gross.
so she says it looks like he hanged himself. Now, when we got here, let me set the scene for you. The deadbolt was obviously secured, and that's what we heard from Jackie, I think her name was, when we got here. So no one had gone in. He or someone threw this rope. It's secured over. If you look up there, the ceiling panels can be pushed up. There's nowhere to go up there. It's just above the room. It looks like they refinished it and put a wall, or pardon me, a ceiling underneath the ceiling. But at either rate, it looks like whoever threw the rope threw it over there and used that for the noose. Like I said, the deadbolt secured. The door was not locked with a key, but the deadbolt you can only attach from the inside, given normal standards. And the windows over there, she indicates these, they're sort of like, they've got a decorative frosting layered to them. She says they're mostly for show. They do work, or did work at one point in time, back when the courthouse was being constructed, but they're kind of a hazard. If you'll notice, there's air conditioning, so they don't use the windows. It's something to do with the health risks. The windows themselves are actually very heavy. Apparently someone lost a hand that way, and so that was back in like the 60s. So I wouldn't be too concerned about it. They've been bolted up ever since.
What a heavy window that's had to be.
That's my actual office in real life.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Don't go outside.
Fire?
Do what?
He has no fire escape, the judge?
No, not from his
It's on the
office
first
at least.
floor.
And he is in the first floor.
He exits
But
through the
if
gift
you
shop.
can't get the windows open, what good is the first floor?
It's a door.
Goes through the gift shop.
Yeah, what if the fire's on the outside of the door?
Then he's
That's the
burned
door.
to death.
Plenty of buildings that are like that. Seriously.
Okay. I
Yeah,
feel like
Take a window?
City Hall in St. Louis, there's a bunch of, the windows are bolted shut because they are dangerous. Yeah, and that's not just like the...
Did they like put little
The window in
blades
my
on the
office.
bottom of the windows so that they would intentionally be like guillotines?
No. They're just
It's
really
heavy
heavy.
enough.
So we've got an air conditioner unit outside my office. So they do occasionally have to lift there's a window that you can lift up. It's a team lift. I could probably hold it by myself, but I don't know that I would want to pull it up by myself for fear of throwing out my back or something crazy.
That's kind of terrifying.
It is, and they prop it up when they need to go outside. They prop it up with this metal bar.
Sure.
Yeah. If that window fell, it would just take a limb without asking. And that's my window that opens up. The windows in Judge Pierce's office don't open.
Sure.
And that's like the offices I'm in the computer room down the hall, and in the middle area outside.
Atrium?
Vestibule? Gift room?
Patrick is disturbed
I
by
liked
the lack
atrium.
of exits.
That's fair. That's reasonable.
Could always
But
break a
they
window,
really
I
are
guess.
bolted in City Hall. Don't try and go out through the window. You could break the window, I guess. But
They were made before they had fires.
anyway,
Right.
the point is.
So
that
anyway, the windows are bolted.
the windows are bolted, so no one came in or went out through these windows. And
Okay.
I don't think anyone could have fit through the couple of inches gap through the deadbolt, unless they could shimmy in a bizarre way.
Okay.
But that's all we've had time to do, and I'm looking at time of death and stuff. It looks like he was dead around 4:30.
So then what makes them think it wasn't a suicide?
Yeah.
It's funny that you should ask. And so she grabs a note off of the table, and the note is written, and it says, "I am a bad judge." And so she puts the note back down. and
That's
she
it.
says,
That's all it says.
I know what you're thinking. He did. Yeah, that's it. Big block print. I know what you're thinking. That could very easily have been him writing in the first person. And the reason that we don't think that that's the case is because the judge here is left-handed. That on its own doesn't mean anything, but he insists on using a fountain pen. This is as per what Jackie Oberst told us. He insists on using a fountain pen and would, under normal circumstances, have big ink marks on his left hand. Because when you write left-handed, you're writing from left to right, and you drag your hand over the print. And he's either too stupid or I guess is the right word, too proud not to. So it just kind of became a stylistic thing for him. I don't think he wrote this note unless he wrote it with his right hand, which I don't think he would do.
Why would he?
Right? So anyway, that's
The tiered.
pretty much all we've got to go on for the not it being a suicide thing.
All right. Is that the only reason why I'm here and why Davies asked me to be here?
Davies is, and I'm sure that he's used these words, a good judge of character and situations. He's got kind of a feel for
Just like that shark.
the mystical.
I've heard that a few times.
Yes.
Verbatim.
Does he have a fish tank in his office?
So a bucket of chum.
Oh,
gross!
Talking about.
I didn't know that sharks were a good judge of character.
It's
I
their
just want
ability
to talk to him.
Pardon me.
I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, so like I said, if you guys want to look around, I'm still working. Toxicology is just my go-to word whenever I'm taking time. So if there's anything I can help you guys with, just let me know.
Okay.
I like Alice.
Do you-
Yes.
Are there any video cameras in the courthouse? I feel like there should be.
There are video cameras in the courthouse. Nothing was caught outside in the lobby area, but we didn't see anything. There aren't any cameras in here in this office.
Right, sure.
Yeah,
Can I have
too
a
easy.
copy of the video
Absolutely.
inside his room?
Yeah, so she gestures to one of the beat cops who's helping, and he goes to go make a copy of the video for you.
Okay. Patrick, a copy of the video.
Okay, I want to investigate something, I'm sure.
Yes. What would you be looking for?
What am I looking for?
Remember that.
Anything?
Shark
So
tooth.
in this particular instance, I have created a murder that has a specific series of things about
Okay.
it. I feel like it should
Like
be
a protocol that should be followed?
no,
or like
you're gonna be fine.
Okay.
But I feel like, as compared to most of these, I have a pretty good grasp. And the way that we're going to run this investigation is that you guys ask questions, and that might change the answers that you get.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Quantum investigation.
Quantum investigation.
You'll simultaneously be investigating here and on Mars.
It should make
Measuring the
sense.
outcome, knowing the outcome changes it.
Yep.
I don't
It's
like
a
that.
probability that
This should be an intuitive thing and is a puzzle.
So long as you don't think about
Have
quantum
fun.
theory.
Okay, I'm gonna try and gain information. Am I going about this wrong? Is this what you're trying to tell me?
No, you're fine.
Okay.
What are you? You're trying to gain information. You're investigating. What are you?
I'm
looking
investigating. I'm trying to gain information. I am looking for. What am I looking for?
Clues.
Clues. The short answer is clues.
at? Uh-huh.
I am looking for any sign of another person having been in the room at the time of death, I guess.
Okay.
Right, like maybe misplaced items or something that seems out of place,
Sign
like
of a struggle.
right-handed
Yeah, sign of
driving.
yes, like
A
any-
right-handed driving glove.
a white right-handed driving glove,
Yes.
perhaps.
It looks like it had someone who
Right.
has their pinkies in it last.
Oh, Allyson, I forgot to mention, because you were out there invisibly looking at him. When you saw him take off his glove, his hand was burned.
Ooh.
Oh.
Like the whole hand, kind of like a burn victim.
Like a burn victim.
Or in a spot. Okay.
On the back of his hand, it seemed burned. He would still have some scarring on the front of his hand, but it's mostly on the back.
Character sheet.
But specifically like a burn victim.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, you.
That's vaguely relevant. Not to this, obviously, but otherwise, why would I tell you? So what are you investigating, Corinne?
Does it look like anyone with a burned hand touched anything?
Is there like dead skin stuck to? No.
Could be.
Like I said, I am looking for any things that look out of place, like signs of other people having been in the room that maybe shouldn't have been there,
Okay.
or like any sign of a struggle on the like
Okay.
evidence that this was not a suicide.
Okay. Feel free to roll.
Okay. And I guess I don't really have any plus ones that I can put on that, really.
That's fine.
I can see ghosts.
You could see.
Is
ghosts.
Pierce here?
Are you
If the
looking for
judge is
ghosts?
there, I will open myself to the possibility of seeing a ghost.
Okay.
If the judge wants me to see him, then I will see him.
You see the ghost of the guy that
That's
lost
a
his hand in the
9.
window.
A 9? Why, a 9 is a 7 to 9. And on
Right.
an investigation, that means that clues equal power. We assume 1, and I get to pick 1 from the table. The table being that you were either exposed to danger, given somewhat bad information, or asked questions back at my discretion.
Okay.
So you're looking for evidence that it might not have been a suicide, and you have opened yourself up to the possibility that there is a ghost. So
Where there is a murder, there might be a ghost.
let's address specifically the ghost. How do you envision a ghost? What is a ghost like to you?
Blue.
Blue's an excellent answer, but we'll use more than blue.
Blue
Yeah.
AF.
Blue AF.
Spooky.
Ghosts frequently are like
Covered in sheets.
tinted the color that person's aura was in life.
Ooh.
So they may be blue or they may be other colors.
Okay.
They are like not amorphous, but not exactly like sharp and human shaped. They're like if you were typically it's like if you were looking at a human through like lightly frosted glass.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
And they don't so much like talk
Okay, that's good.
as they sort of like
Project?
gesture and nudge and
Oh man,
like
they get to
sort
gesture.
Charades.
of
Am I
like
doing charades?
You gotta do it. You gotta make sure you're in
And, like,
view.
give a vague impression.
Okay.
Like I
Okay,
couldn't
so they
couldn't
can't
necessarily like
specifically
have a
communicate.
conversation.
Okay. How
With
are
a
they
ghost.
for cognition? Are they aware of their surroundings? Do they know they're a ghost?
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Is it like Sixth Sense?
Yeah.
Spoilers.
I guess unless I mean again, like the ghost is the projection of the person.
So it's a projection of a person. It's not necessarily the person themselves.
Ooh.
I'm gonna say yes, like the projection
Okay.
or the remnants
Like a psychic
of
stain
a
on
person. Yeah, so like
Okay.
if for example a person were particularly given to denial in their life, then their ghost could perhaps be unaware that they're a ghost.
Okay.
But typically, people who are well grounded in reality end up with ghosts who know they're ghosts.
Okay. So you would see, this is the clue that you're going to get, is that there is a ghost here. And it is, of course, Judge Pierce Irving.
Okay.
And he seems kind of confused at first, because again, he can't talk, but he sees you, and he sees you see him, and it's sort of a weird kind of thing, because no one's paid any attention to him as of yet. He's just kind of been floating all blue there. And he, like, turns his head and shrugs and waves.
Okay. I'm gonna wave back.
Okay.
Like, small wave. So that everybody isn't like, what are you doing over there,
Why are you
Corinne? Because,
waving?
like, I want to focus on
Okay, so that's
ghost
between
Irving.
you and the ghost.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna,
Okay. He points at his body. Up.
I'm gonna nod.
And so you've done like an indication, like, was it you?
Yeah,
Is that
like,
what I'm to take?
did you do this?
There's a shaking of head.
Who did this?
And another shrug. This time more exasperated. Yeah. So he points behind him. So if you're looking
Behind
at
the ghost or behind the body?
behind the body.
Okay.
Yeah. The ghost spectrally floats towards you and then indicates behind him. Yeah, if we're looking at the actual layout, the desk, he's got a desk, is
course he does.
towards the center of the room.
Okay.
There's filing cabinets on the walls, all short enough that they're underneath the windows.
Okay.
I don't know if that's for aesthetic purposes. Towards the door, there's a table that's got a typewriter on it that looks like it was mid-repair. And then behind him is a bookcase, and I guess he's got a TV, but it's an old CRT, and it's not turned on, and it looks like it hasn't been turned on for a while.
Okay.
And he, like, gestures behind him and then shrugs again. Behind his body.
Behind the body. Okay. So I move over to the area where he's gesturing. So behind, like, what is behind the body? Is that the bookcases and
Behind
the TV?
the body would be the bookcase.
Okay.
Two bookcases about yay tall. That's what,
Like 5 feet
5 feet-ish.
or so.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. So I, like, put my hand on the bookcase.
Then he shrugs again. He points to his eyes, and he shrugs again as though to say whatever it was he didn't see.
Mm.
And then he looks at the note, and he's like irritated.
That's understandable. Yeah.